Two,
Two.
one.
Welcome to Bracket Batch of the podcast. We take a bracket of 32, 64, 128 or more and banter our way down to a winner. I am your lovely host this week, Freddie Fisher, and I have two very special guests with me, including the audience. First of all is David. David, how you doing there, sir?
I'm feeling very special right now, Freddie. I'm having pizza bagels in the oven, and then I'm going to devour those pizza bagels, in a very red sauce style.
Get yourself in like an N64 and some Mountain Dew. You have a excellent Friday night. And the other laughter you hear on your screen right there is actually Nancy, the other half of the dynamic duo over on the clan. Nancy, how you doing there today, there, love?
I'm doing lovely. I'm uh, basically stay at home mom, made it through birthday weekend. Now it's time for Halloween. Hooray!
Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year. Speaking of Halloween, by the way, the Halloween episode of Bastards is out. We did a family Halloween movie tournament with Bubbles. It is out. It's a damn good show. It came out last Sunday, and we also did the Halloween episode of Central Booking. So if you're a wrestling fan out there, we have Halloween subject on the brain list last week. This week, we're not talking about Halloween. We are talking about something that has to do with Halloween, though, that being candy. However, we're not talking about Halloween candy, though. We are talking about the late but very, very great John Candy. We have a very sweet 16 here. And it's going to be the audience, David and Nancy, which means I am going to be sitting this one out. But before we start this, I have a couple of rules. I like to call them lifelines. Number one is pass the parcel. This week's pass the parcel goes to Isaac from the Too Many Burgers podcast. He is a uh, film person as well. He has a couple of movies out and he's working on them right now. So go check him out as well. So any of the pass the parcel passes goes to him. I will try to make sure to tell you when a movie is eliminated, what ranking it got between 1 and 16. Pass the parcel goes as follows. Anytime during the game up into and including the semi-final round. So you can go anything but third place in the final actual matchup. You can use pass the parcel since it is the Sweet 16. There's only 3 of you voting, which means you can use pass the parcel as much as you want as well. So make sure to check that other one out. Instead of giving your vote away to Isaac, you are allowed to steal the other person's vote or the audience vote. But it has to be done on your turn, and you can only do it once during the entire game. So make sure to figure that one out. Same rules apply, though, all the way up to and including the semi-final round. Last but certainly not least is blowing your load. If you're one of the first ones to go and don't want to be one of the first ones to go, you blow your load. That means you're going last. If somebody else blows their load after you, you are no longer going last. You're going directly before them, and so on and so forth. If you do happen to blow your load, you'll hear this sound. And of course, with that sound, let's go ahead and get this started. Actually, before we get this started, I'm going to turn this off because I have a light right in my face. There. Sorry, it was driving me nuts. The audience starts us off on this one, and we have Uncle Buck versus Little Shop of Horrors. In a 27 vote difference off of this one, Uncle Buck gets the audience's vote. David, is it Uncle Buck or Little Shop of Horrors?
Only because I haven't seen Uncle Buck, I'll go Little Shop of Horrors.
Which means it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to Nancy. Nancy, Little Shop or Uncle Buck?
Yeah, so I originally knew which direction I was going to go with, but knowing that I'm the only one of the dynamic duo that's seen Uncle Buck, I will not let as much as I love Little Shop of Horrors, I'm not going to let Uncle Buck go down without a fair chance. So I'm going to give my vote to Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck gets to vote 2-1. Moving on to the next round. Little Shop of Horrors, by the way, got number 12, according to Isaac over there. It is now officially out. David starts us off. David, is it Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, or Who's Harry Crumb?
I'll go planes, trains, automobiles.
Gets a vote. Nancy?
Yeah, I'm going planes, trains, and automobiles too. That's a good one. Also, is I feel like that's an iconic John Candy movie.
Gets a vote. And the win off of that one, but the audience says Planes, Trains, and Automobiles in a shutout. And Who's Harry Crumb gets number 14 for our pass to parcel vote off of that one, but it is officially out of the game again. Nancy starts us off. Is it Rookie of the Year or Home Alone?
Yeah. So I feel like we've addressed before that there are several Christmas movies and Christmas comedies out there that people call iconic. That I have the sacrilegious that my husband loves. That I have the sacrilegious opinion where I'm like, I don't need to watch them every year, and Home Alone is one of them. So I'm going Rookie of the Year.
Gets a vote. The audience, by the way, in a 13 vote difference is going to go for Home Alone off of this one. It is a tie-breaking decision. By the way, David, I agree with you on that situation. Home Alone is an every year watch. Home Alone 1, not Home Alone 2.
Why?
He likes
You know why.
Home Alone. He likes both of them, especially Home Alone 2, because Tim Curry is in Home Alone 2.
Well, yeah, we don't need to like that one where they have all the actors replaced in Home Alone 4, but we definitely need 2 in there.
I'm not saying this is a bad movie. I would just much rather watch Home Alone 1.
He
Just saying.
he like when I told him I do not need to watch Home Alone or Home Alone 2 every year. The one of the two that he made me watch with him was Home Alone 2, and that's when we were first dating. It was like of those two movies, it was Home Alone 2 where he's like, we can't have the sacrilege.
I can tell you this: Home Alone 1 is the better movie, but Home Alone 2 has the better characters.
Yeah.
And I say that
I do like Tim Curry in it. I will say.
I say that with the same respect as I have Star Trek versus Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm not really a huge fan of either one of them, but one of them has has a better surrounding world to it, but the other one has the better internal characters.
Yeah.
So that's why that's why people who fight over Star Trek versus Star Wars are actually really fighting over is which one's more important, is either character based or world based. Is it a broad view or a down and dirty view?
I think it's also is what we're gonna just like be very brief with it, but I also think a lot of it is it do you want optimistic storytelling, or do you want like classic tale as old as time story told a million times? So now with that, since your bagels are going off, what are you voting for?
Have you ever gone on vacation and left your kid home alone? No, but I did leave mine at a funeral parlor once. We're going Home Alone, baby. Bagel time!
2-1, Home Alone gets the vote, and the win off of that Rookie of the Year is number 13 off of that one for our pass the parcel vote. Next up, audience starts this off. It is either Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation, or Splash. In a 4-vote difference off of this one, Splash. Sorry, I take that back. In a 6-vote difference off of this one, I was looking at the wrong numbers. Splash gets that vote off of that. Vacation gets that. I can't look at the wrong fucking thing. Vacation gets that vote off of the audience vote. David is not in the room right now, so we're going to skip him real quick. Nancy, is it
He's
Splash
coming.
or... Oh, David, is it Splash or National Lampoon's Vacation?
I'm gonna go Splash. I hate National Lampoons.
Like all of them, or
All of them. So I'm okay with watching every once in a while watching Christmas Vacation, but he has said that is banned in our house. He hates that movie.
okay. That is probably the best classic National Lampoon's movie is Christmas Vacation. Granted, you also have movies like Van Wilder, which is the modern versions of the National Lampoons.
So, here's my reasoning for it. You know how a lot of people hate Elf? That's what I feel about National Lampoons.
Well, I mean, you're entitled to have a wrong opinion every now and again. I'm just saying. So, I'm just.
I will not be sharing my pizza bagels with you, Mr.
I just had a bowl of cereal for supper, so I am perfectly fine. Nancy, tie-breaking decision, Splash, your vacation.
You know what? Like I'm wondering whether like I need to like go against him and have like some marriage dissent and then just like give Vacation some love, because like I don't have his unbiased hatred for the entire franchise of National Lampoons. But that being said, as I said before, I'm up with watching Christmas Vacation once in a while, and of the vacation movies, that's the one I have the most positive opinion of. So, also I think it's just going to be hilarious just to get Splash in here, because Splash is when you misspoke and said Splash had one, I was like, there's no way that the audience. So I'm just going to be that person, and I'm going to maintain my marriage and go for Splash.
Splash gets the vote and the win. Pass the partial vote off of this one from Isaac was at number 6 for Vacation, but Splash moves on 2-1 to the next round. We have Uncle Buck, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Home Alone, and Splash moving on so far to round 2. We'll be right back right after this break. Before I became a podcaster, I never imagined that all these requests for 5-star reviews did anything important. I was extremely wrong about that, but being the bastards that we are, we're not going to expect you to give up those 5 stars with nothing in return. I'll trade you for it. If you send us a letter, a question, or anything else you deem necessary along with those 5 stars, we'll not only give you a shout out on the show, but read your submission live on air. We like to call this our Thank You to Review. If you want to be part of the Thank You to Review crew, you can send your letter and stars over to Bracket, BRACKETTY, the number 2 and R at yahoo.com to get in. Does not only work to write in with that such request, but it also works if you want to be a guest on any of the shows on the ABC podcast. It also works if you want to be a guest on the show with David and Nancy as well, the Dr. P.F. Jeremiah and his Infernal Roommate, because I will just send the information over to them. This week, it goes to, which, by the way, I'm assuming his last name is not going to be how I pronounce it, but I'm going to pronounce it this way because I love how I pronounce it. It says, Dear Bastards, I was playing along in the John Candy tournament on your Facebook page, and I have a question. What is your favorite line from a John Candy movie? Signed, Jerry Rules. It's spelled, by the way, Rulles. I don't know if that's how that name is pronounced, but I just hope that growing up as a kid, his name was Jerry Rules. So shout out to you, Jerry. If your name isn't pronounced Rules, I'm pretty sure from this point on, you need to change the pronunciation of your name with your friends.
I mean, listen. There's been people. It was revealed that the Kelsey brothers that their name is not supposed to be pronounced that way, but because that's what their mother told them, now that's officially how everyone pronounces it.
So, I'm gonna go last on this situation because there's a lot of John Candy lines that stand out, but there's a couple particular ones that stand out more. So I'm gonna go last, giving you guys the opportunity to pick your favorites. Giving David a chance to catch up on this situation. Nancy, what is your favorite John Candy line?
Yeah, so my favorite, and this is very basic, but my favorite John Candy movie is Spaceballs. I adore Mel Brooks and I adore the movie Spaceballs, and that's actually how I really got to know who John Candy was. Um, and my favorite line is I'm a Mog, half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend. And I do have a second place one, but I'll see if you pick that. I don't think so, but there's another one that just makes me laugh every time.
Again, I'm gonna go before David, giving David a chance. Mine is from Planes and Trains. It goes. I had to write this down, so I got it word for word. It says $6, and my right nut says we are not landing in Chicago, and that's from Dill Griffiths and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. David, do you have a favorite one?
Have you ever gone on vacation and left your child home alone? No, but I did leave one in a funeral parlor once.
From, of course, Home Alone. If you guys did not know that, Nancy said that she had some more. Go ahead, Nancy.
Yeah, so the other one I have, and this one is like I'm sure I'm the only person who like laughs hysterically at this. But so in Spaceballs, Princess Vespa goes, I'm the princess of Druidia.
Yep.
And he goes, funny, she doesn't look Druish.
Yeah. That was my number 2, by the way.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that was my number 2, is that one.
Jerry, I hope we answered your question on that one. Jerry also gave his, by the way.
Okay.
And or hers. Jerry could be a girl's name too, nowadays, so I don't really know. But it says PS mine is I don't think I want to know a 6-year-old who isn't a dreamer or a silly heart. From Uncle Buck. Which is, by the way, from having she's not so little now. My daughter, who's my oldest child, is now going into college next year. But growing up with my daughter, who is that old, and now I have a 6-year-old myself, I couldn't imagine if he wasn't a dreamer or a silly heart. So that line itself brings a lot of meaning to me, being on both sides of that. So I appreciate that, Jerry. If you guys out there want to be like Jerry, you can, of course, send your letters to our email address. Yes, we are that old. At bracket, BRACKETTY, the number 2, and R. I'm not a pirate at yahoo.com to get in. It is also, if you want to be a guest on any of the shows as well, let me know off of that one. Thank you, Jerry. Welcome back for the second part of round 1. Looks like David starts us off. David, is it Stripes or the Blues Brothers?
Blues Brothers.
Gets a nod. Nancy?
I have to go through my head right now. Which one is Stripes?
It's a military one.
Oh, military. Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, Blues Brothers.
I mean, there's another military one too, but it's not the Stripes. Blues Brothers gets that vote. Blues Brothers. Sorry, take that back. Stripes gets the audience vote in a 22 vote difference off of that one. I don't know why. I would have gone with Blues Brothers as well. But Stripes is knocked out, got 9th place as far as the pass the parcel vote goes off of that one. Moves on. Blues Brothers moves on 2-1, facing another 2-1 in the next round. Nancy starts us off. Nancy, is it? I'm sorry, Nancy. Is it The Great Outdoors or Cool Runnings?
That's gonna be Cool Runnings. Oh my gosh. So first off, I don't know if other people in my generation, I also don't know if my husband. I'm sure he's gonna disappoint me in the background. Cool Runnings, for whatever reason, was a favorite of multiple second like French and Spanish teachers at my high school and middle school to play when they were sick and had a substitute. Like, it was Cool Runnings. It was played by the French teacher, the Spanish teacher, um, the French Canadian culture teacher. It was just like a really popular DVD in my high school on the Canadian border. So I watched a lot of Cool Runnings in middle school and high school. So I'm going with that for memories of when my teachers called out sick or they couldn't put together a lesson.
The fact that it wasn't Canadian bacon kind of bothers me.
It's one of the things where when I would tell my dad, like, oh yeah, we Madam so and so didn't was called out sick, so we watched Cool Runnings in French class, and my dad said, of all the movies that you guys are watching in French and Spanish class, why is it Cool Runnings all the time?
I mean, it's one of the things that what I don't know. Just
Also, I'll say that
I can say they got good
class.
taste. Do what?
We had one time where it was too cold. Our gym was being refinished, but it was too cold to run out on the track. So we literally spent a gym class sitting in the weight room watching Cool Runnings. So
I mean, at least that had some irony to it.
Yeah, at least it did.
It's like watching Jaws in the middle of a lake. It's just what it is. Audience, by the way, from Great Outdoors to Cool Runnings. Great Outdoors gets that one at an 8-vote difference, so it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to David. David, is it Great Outdoors or Cool Runnings?
You know what? I'm going to pass the parcel on this one, just to break it up.
Well, in a 1-spot difference, both of them being a top 5 movie of the Sweet 16, Cool Runnings gets that 1-spot difference. So, out at number 3 for Pass the Parcel over to Isaac, Great Outdoors does not move on. Cool Runnings gets that tight situation.
Make her
on to the next one. 2-1. Faces 3-0. Audience starts us off. Audience, it's either Brewster's Millions or Spaceballs. And a 42-vote difference. Spaceballs gets that vote. And I'm for certain nobody saw that one coming at all.
Oh yeah, nobody. Nobody at all.
David, don't get me wrong, Brewster's Millions is a damn good movie. Brewster's Millions is a really, really good movie. Not for John Candy. But for a movie all of itself, Brewster's Millions is a fantastic, fantastic movie. And it's one of those movies that, honestly, I may stick in the hat to do on a future episode of the Recasting Call. Just so I have a reason to watch it again. Because it's a really funny movie. And we've already done Spaceballs on the Recasting Call. So we know we can do it. David, Brewster's Millions or Spaceballs?
Spaceballs.
Gets another one. Nancy, finish us up.
Spaceballs! Watch out! Yeah, Spaceballs. We're getting a sequel, everyone. And it's gonna have Lewis Pullman's son. Or Bill Pullman's son, Lewis Pullman. So yeah.
Doesn't it have John Candy's son playing Barf too?
I don't know, I'd have to look that up. I have to look up the cast again. I mean, David has his phone out.
The only reason I say that because I remember reading that somewhere, and on the recasting call, we mentioned having Jennifer Candy, which is John Candy's daughter, end up playing Barf as a nice little callback and
Yeah.
gender swing, just to throw a gender swing in there too. But out of the movie, out of somebody else playing Barf, if you're ever going to change, because I didn't know he had a son, because I knew Jennifer Candy played in other roles as well, so I knew he had a daughter. But if you're going to ever change a gender on a character, I'm pretty sure the fact that it's a legacy going from father to daughter would outweigh the outrage of changing the gender off of something like that. They'd be like, "Oh, I really hate this, but I understand why." Type thing. So I appreciate that. Number 5, however, for Brewster's Millions on the pass the parcel vote, and I can tell you Brewster's Millions, according to Isaac, actually got a higher number than Spaceballs did.
Oh wow.
So I'll tell you that one flat out. Spaceballs moves on in our second 3-0 in this entire matchup so far. David, last up, is it 1941 or Canadian Bacon? And I can't help you out on this one because I've never seen either one of these movies.
I don't think I've seen either one either.
You know what? I'm thinking I'm going to like 1941 better than Canadian Bacon.
Gets a nod, Nancy.
You know, Canadian Bacon is delicious. I'm going to go with Canadian Bacon.
Which leaves it down to the audience in a 4-vote difference off of this when Canadian Bacon gets the vote.
Woot! I just voted based off the name.
Yeah, often. Hey, I do that too every once in a while. By the way, for Isaac's votes, it was also a 1-vote difference as well.
Oh, okay.
So, and neither of them are good. So there's that one. Candy Bacon moves on to the next round. I'll be right back right after this break. You guys are pretty much bastards, so I'm going to keep you guys as far as the actual bastards ads later on.
Okay.
As well, and I'll just throw in a.
You mean we're being adopted?
Pretty much. In fact, that's probably something we're going to have to talk about later on. So
we're
I'll just throw
the redheaded stepchildren, even though we're probably still the family black sheep with our numbers.
Oh no, that would be me.
Actually, we got more views on our other page.
Well, yeah, we have more views on our other page.
Okay. Welcome back for round 2 off of this. It looks like Nancy starts us off. Nancy. Getting down and dirty, is it Uncle Buck or Blues Brothers?
Oh.
You're getting down and dirty with Uncle Buck and the Blues Brothers?
That's an intriguing combination.
Hey, that sounds like a wild and crazy time. I gotta be quiet because I realize that now that our living room is next to our son's new bedroom, so we probably need to be a little.
Well, while you guys are thinking about this one, I'm going to give a shout out to Bubbles in this one.
Nice. That was a nice one.
That was a nice one.
A good one.
I hope she appreciates that because I think I just got stuff all over my mic. Anyway, Uncle Buck, Blues Brothers.
You know what? Just because I don't want to be the one to have to make this decision, I'm passing the parcel to Isaac.
In a 7-spot difference, Uncle Buck gets that nod off of that one. audience between Uncle Buck and Blues Brothers, it is a 26 vote difference for Uncle Buck, so Uncle Buck will be moving on. David, Uncle Buck, Blues Brothers.
I'll be the chaos vote. I'll go Blues Brothers.
Couldn't give it to him. Uncle Buck moves on to the next round. Audience starts us off. It is either Home Alone or Spaceballs.
Ah,
I
guess
know.
we're fighting in this marriage.
In a looks like a 27 vote difference if my math is right off of that one. Spaceballs gets the audience vote off of that one, so they're one up. David,
Oh no.
Nancy, I'm sorry, but I do, as a independent person on this show, I do have to remind David that he does have lifelines in place.
Trust me, I already thought of this.
Okay. So, I'm just trying to be fair. Because I know how I would have voted, and there's that one. David, is it Home Alone or Spaceballs?
Nancy's like, fuck you, Freddy.
No, it's F you, David, and he's gonna go later tonight. You can.
I'll cause a rift in my marriage. I'll steal the vote. I think you know where I'm going with it.
It is an audio podcast, sir. I do need your official vote off of this one.
Yes, of course. Well, Freddie, I'm going to steal my wife's vote, and I'm going to go with Home Alone.
Gets the vote and the win off of that one. Spaceballs, by the way, according to the audience in this entire situation, was the winner of the actual audience vote. It is out in round 2. It also got spot number 7, according to Isaac. So, there's that one. Home Alone moves on 2-1 to the semifinals. But David Steele vote is officially off the board.
So, honey, what would you have voted for if you had your chance?
Oh, fuck you.
About to say, do you really think it's a good idea to rub that in?
Just a little bit. She deserves it.
Yeah, it is what it is. David starts us off. Is it planes, trains, and automobiles or Cool Runnings?
Planes, trains, automobiles.
Gets a vote, Nancy.
It's gonna be Cool Runnings. No.
The audience vote is a tie.
Oh.
Which means
no.
Which means the audience has to pass it to our pass to parcel, no matter what. And in a 2-spot difference, both of them being in the top 5. Cool Runnings gets the pass to parcel vote, which means it gets the audience vote, and also means it gets a second vote to move on to the next round. Plane, trains, and automobiles for Isaac, by the way, got spot number 4 out of the top 5 in that situation. So Cool Runnings is still in the play on that one. Nancy, last up in round 2. Is it Canadian Bacon or Splash?
It's Splash. It's the only one of those two I've seen, so I'm going to go with Splash.
Gets a vote. Audience, by the way, between Splash and Canadian Bacon, it is a 5-vote difference. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong numbers. It is a 4-vote difference And Canadian Bacon actually gets that vote off of that one. So, David, tie-breaking decision. Moving on to the next round, is it Canadian Bacon or Splash?
Splash.
Trying to get some brownie points.
I have a wonderful wife who takes care of me, who does everything for me, and I would be nowhere without her.
Rub it in. Who I I care for, and I gave birth to your child, and I endured.
The labor pains?
Yes. You should do some groveling at this point.
Grovel. Who's that Pokemon?
I don't know.
Well, all four of the final four, being Uncle Buck, Splash, Cool Runnings, and Home Alone, all move into the semifinal round with a 2-1 split on each of them. We'll be right back right after this break. As the host of this show, I get to talk to some pretty cool people. These two people are part of the Bastards crew, as always, and those are the people over at PF Jeremiah and his Infernal Roommate. We're going to, since David's in the doghouse currently, we're going to talk to Nancy real quick. Nancy, tell people how you've been, what you've been up to, how's the show going, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so we are just my wonderful David, who is our head of Clan Death Hand, and he is our editor, is finishing up the last couple of episodes and getting them all polished up and getting some bonus stuff. And we're officially going to put out our last episodes of season 2. And we have some very exciting plans for season 3, including some of us are playing new characters and some of us are going to be playing additional characters, so it's going to be a whole bunch of chaos. And we're also going to be doing a slightly different format come season 3, so it's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned. We have some fun hijinks involved, and then we're also started, and I'll let David talk about this, we're starting our D&D podcast. Woo woo!
Excellent transition. David, how you doing there, sir?
Not bad. Well, working on my new podcast called Tales of Grindaria. Let's see, there was the Plate of Infinite Cheese. There was Shy almost killing Nancy at one point.
Yes.
There was also
there's the fact that Nancy has almost died twice in this because dice hate her.
You almost got killed by a giant frog once.
Yeah, I almost got killed by a giant frog. I also almost got killed by a horse. So, and here's the punchline for why people should listen. I'm playing an assassin, and I almost got killed by a frog and a horse.
So is this going to be like a normal D&D adventure type thing? Same kind of storyline. You're going to stick with the same character arcs and stuff like that with that too, or?
Oh yeah, this is a prequel to the Dr. P.F. Jeremiah show, so the story it's all story based. So
it tells like some of Angus's adventures, but like 150 years before. So back in Grindaria, and like years and years and years ago, is it 150 or is it less?
Well, long story short, he was part of a giant war where basically he was fighting his father Asmodeus, the king of demons, and basically he lost that fight, and he got cursed to travel from realm to realm, and he ended up in our world.
But this is the war that he was. This takes place in that war, so
nice. And that is going to be a new show coming up on the ABC Podcast Network. I have not heard it, but I have heard their previous shows, and I trust them explicitly with what they have coming up. Speaking of other shows, I'm your host, Freddie Fisher. I not only host this show. You guys know what Bracket Bastards is by this point. If you don't, you're going to have to keep listening to other shows to kind of figure out what it is, because honestly, I don't even know myself. We have Bracket Bastards. This show, we have Central Booking. If you are a wrestling fan, we just or will be releasing tomorrow as this is recorded. We're releasing our Halloween episode where we talked about multiple Halloween different things. We talked about horror themed matches, gimmicks for horror gimmicks or horror themed characters, future ideas for matches based on horror stereotypes, and of course, we asked our question: what one horror character we think would do well as an actual wrestler itself? All that and much more on the most recent episode, which I believe is episode number 21, on the central booking. We have the recasting call, by the way, where we just got done doing the replacements. That is up on the editing floor at this current time. Casper, Back to the Future, Treasure Planet, Die Hard, Spaceballs, Star Wars, a whole bunch of other stuff is also in the backdraft on that one. The recasting call, there's going to be an episode next year on Bastards that is just going to be the list of movies that we have recasted on the recasting call. Hopefully, by that point, I have my notebook finished and I can give you notes on the different stuff that we've done for the different shows and stuff like that. We're also going to have Kate on that show as well. So it'll be a nice little story time as far as the recasting call goes. Coming up, though, and we also need, well, sorry. Coming up, though, and we also have a spot open for this one. It's a Wonderful Life. Going to be our holiday movie this year. I appreciate it as a holiday movie. Kate recently tore my little heart up in saying that it is a Christmas movie when I had the firm belief for the longest time it was not a Christmas movie, and kind of heartbroken about it. But we're going to start that conversation again, so check that one out. And of course, Liar Liar is going to be the month of January coming up. After that, also on that particular show as well, the in the November episode is going to be the first week of November. The entirety of the next year's schedule is going to be out too. So if you want to be a part of the recasting call in the next year, make sure to check that one out and contact me. We'll go ahead and figure it out as well. There's plenty of that and more on the ABC network. Go check it out. Going into round 3. So Nancy, you have all 3 lifetimes available. David, you have Pass the Parcel and Load.
I've used my Pass the Parcel.
Yeah, but you can use it many times as you want during the show because it's just a 3 votes.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah, when there's just 3 people on here, you just use it as much as you want. If the only reason I say that when there's more than 3 people is that way it doesn't get completely convoluted and it kind of doesn't get used. So, welcome back for round 3. Or sorry, welcome back for the quarterfinals since this is a Sweet 16 off of this one. Nancy starts us off. Nancy, it is the semifinals in this situation. We're going to start off with the 4 movies we have left. Is it Uncle Buck, Splash, Cool Runnings, or Home Alone? What movie are we starting off with?
I think we need to start off with Splash.
So it is either, and David, I am sorry, but I do need to remind Nancy as well. This is one of her last times to use your steal a vote. Is it Splash or Home Alone?
I'm stealing my husband's vote and vote. And he's going to be voting for Splash, and so am I.
Get to vote. Audience, in this situation, it is either Splash or Home Alone. David, I'm gonna make her hate me in a second. I got my count wrong, by the way, because you're actually at spot number 17, but you're in the second section, which means I should have went with him instead of you. So realistically, welcome back for round 3, or welcome back for the semifinals on this one. David starts us off, and I do apologize. David starts us off. David, is it Splash or Home Alone?
Oh, tell you what, I'll go Splash.
Okay. Now he's just like, I want to sleep in the same bed as my wife tonight.
Nancy, is it Splash or Home Alone?
Okay, so as much as I do appreciate the solidarity from my husband, and I am mad that he stole my vote for Spaceballs to vote for Home Alone, we can't let Splash win this thing, everybody. That would be ridiculous. So I'm gonna go with Home Alone.
Everybody out there in podcast land, make sure to stay to the end of the show when you find out what happened and my massive screw up, and you find out why Nancy's statement was just absolutely funny off of that one. The audience, by the way, tie-breaking decision, the audience between Home Alone and Splash in a 14 vote difference off of this one. Home Alone gets that vote. Splash for Isaac off of this one gets spot number 10. So not too terribly bad on the bottom, but Home Alone moves on. And okay. And the other side, Nancy starts us off. Nancy, is it Uncle Buck or Cool Runnings? Last time to pass the parcel or use to steal a vote.
My thing is, I don't think I want to use my seal vote on this one. And I will say, as much as I have very, very fond memories of Cool Runnings and an attachment to it, I will say Uncle Buck is an iconic movie. And the pairing of John Candy and Macaulay Culkin is phenomenal. And I think I'm going to go with that.
Sorry, I was trying to write stuff down. I completely my headphone.
I'm going to go with Uncle Buck.
Phased out on me. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All I heard on my end was then it just went out. Like, was that me going deaf, or was that my headphones?
Or is it my computer just decided to not record my entirety of my long-winded speech because
no,
I had enough of me.
I heard him. I heard a majority of that, so it recorded it. I don't know what the deal was. It's just that one part. So I will do my bet. Hopefully it recorded it. It just didn't go through my headphones correctly. Which
I mean, if it didn't, it's not a loss. It's me. I
No.
make a long-winded speech every time I'm here.
I do have new headphones coming though, so I'm hoping that solves the problem. Audience, by the way, between Cool Runnings and Uncle Buck it's a 17 vote difference for Uncle Buck, which means Uncle Buck does get the win off of this one. David, is it Uncle Buck or Cool Runnings?
I'll go Uncle Buck. I'll give you the sweep.
Haven't had one for a while. Cool Runnings, by the way, got spot number 2 for Isaac off of this one, but it is out now. Okay. So we have Uncle Buck and Home Alone.
John Candy and Macaulay Culkin versus John Candy and Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, It's also
What are
2-1
the
versus 3-0. But in third place, it is Splash versus Cool Runnings. Both movies have something to do with water.
Yep.
All right.
Both movies are made by Disney.
Audience starts us off on this one. Between Splash and Cool Runnings, it is in a 1-vote difference off of this one. Cool Runnings gets that one by the skin of his teeth. David, is it Cool Runnings or Splash?
Um.
Are you following your
Do I need to do it again, Freddie?
No, because you are literally right next to our son's bedroom.
For the people out there that do not know how your mind works, what is your official vote?
Oh yeah, I gotta blow my load, Freddie.
Oh. I was trying to figure out what the hell that was. David is David finished it first off of this one. Nancy is at Splash, so Cool Runnings.
Freaking
I thought you were making a splash noise. That's.
I knew what he was trying to do is the thing, and I was just like, yeah, don't yell it again, because you're like literally right next to our son's bedroom door. And if you wake him up, it's gonna be your problem tonight.
I mean, granted, he hasn't stopped in and said hi in a while, so.
Yeah, he has it, because whenever we now like time it so that we're recording when he's asleep. So I am going to go with Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings gets the vote. David, finish this out.
I'll go Cool Runnings.
3 and out. Cool Runnings gets the win for third place. Splash, by the way, is spot number 10 for Isaac, and Cool Runnings gets spot number 2. So we currently have for Isaac, we have a 1 versus 16. Or sorry, take that back. I read the wrong one. 1 versus 11.
1 versus,
which is almost as bad.
Almost as bad. Slightly better.
So that's out of 16. So that's still in the bottom like 5. So David starts finals off. This is the last time to blow a load. David has already done that. So Nancy, this is your last time to do it. David, is it Home Alone or Uncle Buck?
I'll go Home Alone.
Gets a vote. Nancy. I'm going to say of the 2 of these movies,
steal the vote.
I can't steal the vote.
Oh, you can't?
No.
No, not at this point.
I'm going to say that of these 2 movies, if it was like Christmas time and I wanted to watch one of these 2 movies, I'm going to watch Uncle Buck over Home Alone. I know that it's going to anger some people, but that's just me. Also, my husband deserves it for stealing my vote from Spaceballs, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Uncle Buck.
Well, I can tell you one thing. For the audience in the finals, it was Uncle Buck versus Spaceballs. Spaceballs eventually won the other thing. But what got second place was, of course, Uncle Buck. So in a 12 vote difference off of this one, Uncle Buck gets the audience's vote, thus the win off of this one. So Uncle Buck wins the John Candy tournament off of this one. That is our show this week, guys. You can find Nancy at.
You can find me over on the Dr. P.F. Jeremiah and his Infernal Roommate podcast. Other than that, that's really all. You can find me sometimes over here, annoying Freddy and being annoyed by my husband.
You can find David at.
You can find me on the Dr. P.F. Jeremiah and his Infernal Roommate podcast and the Future Tales of Grindaria podcast, coming to theaters soon. And you can find Mr. Freddy at.
I'm your host, Freddy Fish. You can find me at that on Facebook. On Twitter, I'm Fisher777. And as always, you can find me on Instagram at Can't Lick Me, not one word. Currently on Bracket Batch of the Audience's Vote, we do not have an actual tournament for the show. That is because next week for the show, the tournament is almost done. It's movies about time travel, going up to our 4th birthday. And as you guys know, our 4th birthday, we are not having a tournament-based show. For the first time in over 200 episodes, it is going to be an episode strictly dedicated to the fans themselves. We have letters. I have about 10 letters that I've chosen so far on different questions and stuff like that that we will be doing. And that's what we're doing. But that doesn't mean I'm going to leave the fans hanging over on the Facebook page for a week. I have a tournament that was made by ChatGPT because we've been talking about ChatGPT for a while, and they chose a tournament. They chose contenders. They also seeded it, and it is going to be, since we're talking about our 4th birthday, it is an entire tournament dedicated to bad birthday gifts.
It's gonna be fun.
Yes, it's not. There's some bad birthday gifts on here. I'm just letting you know. I like to leave every single show with a quote. Today's quote is from it's again from Dale Griffith. I had to look this up. Dale Griffith from Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, and it kind of goes with the new documentary that's out there about John Candy. It says, "I like me." Sorry, I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me because I'm the real article. What you see is what you get, and that's what we're gonna leave today's show on. Have a good time, guys.